Dear students, today as part of our paper Personality Development, we are going to discuss a key concept entitled Transactional Analysis. Transactional analysis is a psychoanalytic theory and method of therapy wherein social transactions are analyzed to determine the ego state of the communicator. So, it is a theory as well as therapy which interprets ego state. Ego is about a self. So, it diagnoses the problem of the ego. That is, if a person who is communicating has certain behaviors that can be diagnosed and rectified. So, this particular method is introduced by Eric Berne and it is considered to be deviating from the Freudian psychoanalysis, which predominantly fixes importance to the subconscious mind or unconsciously held ideas. But Eric Berne himself did not say that he is deviating from Freudian psychoanalysis, rather, he said that he is extending Freudian psychoanalysis therapy or theory into a new dimension. As such, transactional analysis integrates the theories of psychology and psychotherapy because it has elements of psychoanalytic, humanist, and cognitive ideas. As a theory of personality, transactional analysis describes how people are structured psychology. It uses what is perhaps its best known model, the ego state. That is, a mind of a person has been classified into three types as parent, adult, and child. Children are new to the world and their priority is one around eating food. So, food is the basic requirement of a child and it does not bother about any other thing than eating good food or quality food or tasty food. So, that is the utmost priority of a child. So, up to 12 years we call that as a period of childhood. After entering the teen, it is adolescent period which has been bracketed into the category of adult. So, in this period you have the intention of narcissism. Narcissism is self appreciation in the sense that one appreciates his or her own physical beauty or physical attainments. People are more focused on their health, their gender capabilities, or even they are highly involved in sports, or even they prepare for being efficient in brain. So, brain also is a very attractive organ and that presents the gender in a different sense. So, therefore, this is the state of adulthood. So, from childhood, gradually a person enters into adulthood where narcissism is the predominant character. So, further on, when the adult he or she gets married, he moves to the parenthood. So, in parenthood, he leaves behind all his childhood behaviors and adulthood characters and takes more responsibility because some people who are dependent on him has been introduced into the world. But what actually happens is elements of childhood and adulthood tends to remain even among parents who are expected to expose parenthood. So, some people expose their immaturity because they have never entered the parenthood despite their children aging around 18 or 19 or even elder than that. So, to diagnose a problem, you have to first of all understand the state of mind of the ego. That is the argument of Eric Berne. As such, Berne set up his psychology wherein there are four life positions that a person can hold. That is based on okay. So a child, it is dependent and it always thinks that it is not okay. So up to 3 or 4 years, whatever the child does, the parents and their relatives, they appreciate that. But with time, there will be critical remarks to the attitude and behavior of the child, and therefore the child thinks that I am not okay, but others are okay. So this is the beginning psychological development of a child. But Eric Berne says that there are four states in which the best state is I am okay and you are okay. So you should not make a child to feel that it is not okay. You should think that it's okay. So that is the healthiest position about life, and it means that I feel good about myself and that I feel good about others and their competence. So a person who is looking at the society in a healthy manner will have such a tendency. So this is what Eric Berne tries to understand. So the second state is I am okay and you are not okay. That is a different kind of a standard. So I feel good about myself, but I see others as damaged or less than, and it is usually underestimated state of others. So I am working for 8 hours in a day, and I think that I am a person who is working hard, and I become contemptuous of a person who is working just 7 hours and calling himself hardworking. In this state, I am forgetting that somebody who is working for 20 hours in a day and he says that he has worked less on that day and looks at other people have contributed properly for the society. So we are not self-critical in this state. So our ego state over projects ourselves and becomes contemptuous of others. So this is an unhealthy state, or it is rather a beginning of unhealthy state in a person, and it is a kind of immaturity in mind. The third state is I am not okay and you are okay. In this position, the person sees himself or herself as the weak partner in relationships, as the others in life are definitely better than themselves. See, what happens here is many people that they have such a negative mind or pessimistic mind that they always look themselves as contemptuous, and they appreciate others. They have the benevolence of heart to appreciate and accept the attainments of others, rather they discredit their own self achievement. So this is again a problematic trend, and it is also an exposition of immaturity of mind. These persons, they unconsciously accept abusing by others as normal and acceptable. So they easily swallow insults, and they think that they are not eligible for living in this world. And many people who are committing suicide in the society have similar mindset. The fourth state is I am not okay and you are not okay. This is the worst position to be in a mind or in society at large. In literary theories, we see something called postmodernism, where to err is common has been fixed as the normative function of human beings. Perfection is a desired end, and this postmodern thinking says that nowhere you can see perfection, and there is corruption in every art form or in every individual who is the basic unit of the society. So this idea of Eric Berne is a theory of communication that can be extended to the analysis of systems and organizations also. It offers a theory for child development by explaining how our adult patterns or life originated in childhood. So in the beginning or in the schools, you can explain that there are four states, and the best state is I am okay and you are okay. So you have to recognize yourself, you have to love yourself, you have to appreciate yourself. At the same time, you should also feel that the existence of others is equally important, and they are equally beautiful, equally recognizable, and equally talented. The explanation of Eric Berne is based on the idea of a life script, and we have to continuously replay childhood strategies if this has been socialized in our mind. And even with this results in pain or defeat, we have to keep ourselves encouraged. In practical application, it can be used in the diagnosis and treatment of many types of psychological disorders, and provides a method of therapy for individuals, couples, families, and groups. So these days we come across a large number of ego-based problems between couples. So individuals are also self-contemptuous, and families are fighting within themselves, and groups, no need to explain. There are a lot of ego problems and non acceptance of leadership. So we have several problems for which this particular idea of Eric Berne provides solution or a therapy. Outside the therapeutic field, it has been used in education to help teachers remain in clear communication at an appropriate level. In counseling and consultancy, in management and communication training, it also is one of the proven effective tools. People are okay, and this is a very valid perception. Everybody is important, equal, and are based on mutual respect, and mutual respect should be the cornerstone of any society. So mutual appreciation will nullify differences in society. So that is very important. There is one important theory developed by Emil Durkheim, which states that uh, every particular element in society has a functional role, be it negative or positive. It has a functional role to play. So similarly, even if a person has some negative traits, then even he has a functional role to play in the society. That is how we have to recognize his faults and errors and try to eradicate his problems, and encourage him to become part and parcel of the larger society. Life is a continuum, and there is ups and downs, and a person who has lived some 3 years before may have attained new dimensions and perspectives in life and would have changed over the period of time, but we are not inclined to recognize this change, and we forge that particular person with the old frame, and that is something wrong on our part. So the best method is to encourage others to become part and parcel of the larger society. All emotional difficulties are curable. First of all, a person who is about to give counseling or reading this paper of personality development should understand that all emotional difficulties can be cured. Only therapy is required. Some kind of motivation can rectify some difficulties. Freedom from historical maladaptations embedded in the child's script is required. Some children must have underwent severe poverty during their childhood, and some of their behavior owes to that particular problem that they underwent during their younger age. But this has to be eradicated from their brain by proper training and counseling. So you have to be very patient when approaching such people, and you should accommodate them into your system. Thus, the aim of transactional analysis is to move towards autonomy, spontaneity, intimacy, problem solving as opposed to avoidance or passivity. So, with these observations, I conclude my lecture on the topic transactional analysis. Thank you very much.